bringing in right now the man of the hour. The show is titled after him. What this nigga said. Bringing in right now, live, Michael Antoine McMahon. Niggataker. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing great, and how are you doing?
Doing good. Now, what do you want us to call you? You want us to call you Michael, Niggataker, my nigga, my nigger, what, however you want to say it, what you want to be called?
You can call me Mr. McMahon, or you can call me the Niggataker. Everybody want to hear the Niggataker, so it doesn't matter.
The Niggataker.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
and by you, and you're the host of the show, right? You're African American, right? Right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm going to have to take you.
I'm African American, so you're going to take me because I'm the host.
Yep.
Well, that's the case, brother.
Niggataker.
Well, that's the case, brother. You take my whole staff, then I ain't got no company left.
Well,
so
but then again, I do not want to get robbed by y'all, so I'm not going to take any of y'all.
Yeah, don't get robbed by us. But that is important. I will make sure I start hiring. I got friends of all different colors and creeds, nationalities on retainers, so I'm going to have to hit up my Team Bs and Team Cs in case you go on your little nigga taking spree, if you will.
No, I'm not messing with your little terror ISIS group or anything, so I'm not going to do that. Since you said you got all type of people, you got Muslims that's listening probably to your program, and they shouldn't even be in this country.
Well, you said that was very controversial. You said the Muslims. You said you thought they shouldn't be in the country, so I guess you approve of the comments by Mr. Donald Trump.
Of course, Hall of Famer right there.
Oh yeah, he is in the WWE Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, what do you think? Donald Trump is a Hall of Famer before the Fabulous Freebirds and a whole bunch of other wrestling legends. He's a WWE Hall of Famer before them. What a shame.
I know it's a shame that Drew Carey is in there.
Yes, Drew Carey, yes.
Yeah, that's a big shame. That's somebody that shouldn't be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
That is true.
If that nigga Virgil get put in the Hall of Fame,
oh God,
you would never hear from me in the wrestling business ever again.
Yes,
yeah, we'll make sure of that. Oh no.
Yes,
oh God.
I'm not sure if you know Niggataker. Do you know about our quick story about Virgil?
What do you want? Some watermelon and fried chicken or something?
Yeah, he wanted watermelon fried chicken. He asked my co-host who couldn't make it today. He asked NSC Gameboy, and I was there for $15,000 to come on the show.
Oh, that was easy. Food stamps. A lot of African Americans are on food stamps, so why not, split $500 a piece in food stamps and give it to him?
That would be a lot of food stamps, what you say? Snap.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would have loved it. Then he'll set up his merchandise in the watermelon stand, and he'll sell more watermelons than his merchandise.
Yes, he will sell more watermelons. You can't forget the 40s.
I don't think Virgil can handle 40s.
Man, yeah, Virgil probably can't. But he might be able to handle those little pouch. You go to the supermarket, them little pouch drinks, the little 2% alcohol, the little wine coolers. He might be able to take care of that.
Nah, Virgil can't even read. So no, Virgil cannot even read. So you can't even help that guy.
Yeah.
No, he can't read.
No, he can't read. He can't even write either. He couldn't write. That's why for years in the WWE he never said anything. He just looked tough with money in his hand. But when he started talking, then you knew his education value is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he stutters. Oh, yeah. could get you dealt with. What? Sylvester the Cat? Shut the hell up! Like, really?
No, that's the African monkey language right there.
That's even better. Even better.
That's what it is.
Well,
People know English, Spanish, Arabic. His language is monkey.
They do agree with that. Now, we got to talk, of course, to the elephant in the room, is your character Niggataker. Everybody's been talking about it. Of course, we've had people, I think I sent you a screenshot of someone that was blasting your character, and a lot of people feel you're wrong for the character. Tell us the genesis of it. Tell us how the character started.
The character actually started. The only time the Niggataker is used is if I'm going to a brand new promotion that's never heard of the character. So once you introduce that character to the audience, they will be in shock. Once they hear the ring announcer, if there's a white guy announcing me, they will be surprised to hear coming down the ring with his manager, and he announces, he'd be so hesitant to say it, and once he finally says it, the crowd is in awe. You know, it's like, did he just say Niggataker? Yep, I think he did just say Niggataker. So that's the only time that I use that. Other than that, it's the Soul Taker or the Psycho Taker in most places, but I use the Soul Taker when it's more of a PG type audience, when we got more kids and everything. But everybody that I went around, they love the character, they love the gimmick. They say, hey, it's a Undertaker parody? Yes. Is it a ripoff? Yes. Ripoffs have been going on in the pro wrestling world for quite some time.
Yeah.
You know, it's either you get over or you don't get over. And most of the places where I go, I get over, you know, with the character.
Okay.
So it came about in a promotion called XICW, Extreme Intense Championship Wrestling, the longest running indie promotion in the state of Michigan. And I used that in about in 2011. I went from doing commissioner type roles. I do all type of roles in the pro wrestling business, and I decided, hey, let's do a little parody and let's get people talking, because XICW has a hardcore type of following by running shows at the Ritz Bar in Warren, Michigan. But now XICW is bigger because they're doing a lot of the Best of Detroit shows. So I am currently in the XICW Hall of Fame, and by me being almost 40 years old, I don't see me stopping anytime soon doing this.
Well, thank you for that. Go Saltine.
Yes, my question for you is, all right, and I've been asking everybody this question. How you feel about society today with a lot of the soft people that's out here? Like, people get so offended easily and everything. Like you can't really say how you feel, and they be like, oh, you can't say that and everything. So tell me how you feel about that.
Well, if you're a public figure and you're trying to run for some type of political office, and you saying all this hateful stuff on your Facebook or any other type of social media, of course, that's going to haunt you in the end. But if you got billions and billions of dollars backing you, hey, you can shut a lot of people up. Like the stuff that Donald Trump says. Some of this stuff is very controversial, but a lot of people like his stuff, his sayings, and his words and his speeches and all that, and a lot of people don't. So I'm like that, you know. When it comes to Barack Obama, I like some of his policies. I don't like some of them. So there you have it.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Now, explain the difference of Niggataker and Soul Taker.
The difference, there's no difference. It's just a name change. You know, when I'm doing Niggataker, I'm very controversial. I do more racist type stuff. If I was a black Klansman, but if I'm taking on some white opponents, well, I say that they're nigga lovers. They're sympathizers. So, but it depends, like I said, it depends on the type of audience. You know, if there's a lot of kids there, I'm not going to do Niggataker. And a lot of people, like I said, you said, a lot of negative comments, bring them. At least I'm getting talked about. You know, but anyway, I love the negative attention. I love the positive attention. So, and people do not know the real me. I do it for money. A lot of these people, they can talk all the shit they want. You don't know me personally. You don't know who the fuck I am. You know, I'm out there to entertain in the best possible form I can.
Okay. Wait, tell us about you being Niggataker for the first time you debuted this character, and tell us about the backlash or the response that you got from the fans and some of the boys.
Well, I'm always stereotyping whoever's in a locker room. And my peers that be in the locker room, they understand my racial sense of humor and everything. So my peers in XICW, they love that. I always say, I got a Boondocks Family Guy sense of humor. You know, all that stuff before the Boondocks and Family Guy came out, I already had that type of humor. They just put their ideas and came up with TV shows. You know what I'm saying? They could have came up with my idea. Or you never know. There's other people probably think the same way as me. You never know until you find out. Okay. So the first time when I did Niggataker, I always wanted to do something that's going to get people attention, and I want people to just start talking. And when the show that happened in Cleveland, for Cleveland Wrestling Alliance, the show was canceled. Now, the previous show, when I did Niggataker, I'm pretty sure y'all seen the somebody get threw off the balcony.
Yes.
On the video. That's where they headed at. And when I found out when I was going to make my debut in Cleveland Wrestling Alliance, and I seen that balcony drive and all that, and I said, okay, this is a hardcore type of crowd. So why not come in as the Niggataker? People never see me do this character, because I'm in most promotions doing my Michael Antoine McMahon guy, very controversial type of figure. But you go somewhere where they don't know you, you make sure you leave an impact so they can remember, what did this guy do? Anything else?
Go ahead, Saltine.
Yes. Here's a question that everybody been asking. Like, what was the real reason why they canceled the show that you was supposed to appear in?
Well, first off, the flyer came out almost 2 weeks prior to the show happening. Now, I did not know that they were going to put Niggataker on the flyer. It shocked the hell out of me when I seen that. And by it being my second match there, they put me in the title picture because I was over. My character was over.
Oh, wow.
Everybody liked it, you know, and they were still talking about it to the day. So, but the promoter, a week before the show, it was getting all this hype. Promoter said he got sick. Now, the promoter rents the ring from Steve Rivera from Pro Wrestling All Stars, based out of Detroit, Michigan, and we will haul the ring down there for the for rental for Cleveland Wrestling Alliance. So the promoter got sick. So he said the return date is sometime in February. So I'm pretty sure you're going to see Niggataker on the flyer again. And people are going to start talking about it. And it's like, I can't believe it. And a lot of people want to come see who is this Niggataker. Is he a Undertaker wannabe? What is the Niggataker? Everybody want to know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, with that, let's talk about you being Soul Taker and talk about how that started also. And then also, T, let's talk, also, once you ask that question about Soul Taker, talk to us about the other work that you've done outside of the Soul Taker character.
Okay, well, the Soul Taker came about, before I was doing the Soul Taker, I recently changed it to the Soul Taker. I was doing the Psycho Taker. You know, I was just a psycho maniac, you know, but I would wrestle like old school Undertaker, you know, where I don't have to do much in the ring. You know, I'm basically a zombie in the ring, you know, a modern day Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees type of character. So then I went to Detroit Style Wrestling, and the promoter there said, why don't you use Soul Taker? And I started liking that, and it kind of makes sense if I'm going to do something that's similar to The Undertaker. So why not take people's souls? So it don't matter what race you are, I'm going to take your soul.
Kind of like saying, are you a Mortal Kombat fan, a video game fan?
I was back when it was on Super Nintendo.
Okay, all right. So you remember the character Shang Tsung that used to take everybody's soul? It was similar to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, something like that, yeah. And I have a gimmick. I put people in body bags. I do body bag type matches.
Oh, okay, that's nice. This is like old school Undertaker back in the early 90s.
Old school, that's right. It's more of a 1991 style type of Undertaker. Now, if you look at some of his matches, he didn't do much.
He didn't.
He only started doing more wrestling when the times have changed. When you went from the golden era, then you had the new generation era. Then once it became close to like 96,
right,
97. He started changing his style. So I was always a fan of the old school style because you don't have to do anything.
Right.
I don't even have to get bloated. A lot of these guys do all these Ring of Honor type of moves, and all that stuff is cool, but it shortens your career.
It does.
You know, you see all those guys in the WWE, all them top stars, all injured. You know, when you putting on a hell of a match, I understand they have the best insurance, and you know they getting top dollars, but it's going to shorten your career. Daniel Bryan over with the crowd, but look what happened. Second year in a row, almost
neck
the same
injury.
Yeah. So
right.
Is it really worth it doing all that? You know, you gotta think about it. Like me, I've been on the indie scene for 20 years. I referee, ring announce. I did all the stuff, and I've seen a lot of people been on the scene. They are probably the most talented guys in Michigan, and they wrestle a lot of big names that used to be in the WWE, but still ain't going anywhere. That's the thing. And my thing is gimmicks sell merchandise. If you don't have a gimmick, you want to bring kids, You want the kids to bring their parents. You know, the kids will tell the parents, hey, I want to go check out this wrestling show. And every time the kids see my character, they are terrified. So like I said, I'm an old school type of guy.
Less is more.
Hmm?
I said less is more, of course. You know, the more stiff style, because you're not putting your body. Of course, wrestling in the ring, of course, you always put your body in danger, but you're not putting your body as in much danger with doing a lot of the high spots that you see a lot of other companies do, the flips and the false finishes, and you know that you see a lot on RH or other promotions.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah,
He's still doing indie shows because he don't have to do all that crazy stuff to tell the story in the match. You know, you don't have to do that stuff. Greg Valentine never wore elbow pads and knee pads like that. You know, and you can last a lot longer. And plus, it's considered exercise to him. You know, he's want to do it because he loves it. You know.
Right. Now, granted, you know, I know Greg Valentine at one point was using the shin, the brace for a shin at one point as a gimmick when he was feuding with Tito Santana and others. But you know, his style was always slow and methodical. Right. And they said he had a lower career.
Actually, he was feuding with Rugged Ronnie Garvin with that.
Yeah.
With the shin.
Mm-hmm.
So, but other than that, there's a lot of old school WWE Hall of Famers that's on the indie scene that take bookings once in a while, and they're not doing all that stuff. You know, I understand times have changed, but a lot of people still like the old school style wrestling. I'm not talking about back when everything was in black and white. I won't fall asleep looking at that. You know, put somebody in a headlock for 5 minutes and you know all that other stuff. But I respect what they did because there's different eras, you know, of the style of wrestling.
Now, you know, with you saying that, how do you feel black wrestlers today are used in the business as far as WWE, ROH, TNA, Global Force, New Japan? How do you feel black wrestlers are used?
Okay, well, black wrestlers are used better on the indie circuit and anywhere but WWE because they come up with these ridiculous gimmicks. You know, remember John Cena? He came out. He was doing a rapper type gimmick.
Yeah, talking on.
But back then, Men on a Mission, they was doing a rapper type gimmick, and they sucked. You know, and they always stereotype the stuff. They always stereotype.
Right. As always. Yeah, like NSC Gameboy mentioned, they always dancing or they know some kind of thuggish, you know, some kind of thug or street gimmick.
Right. And the gimmick that backfired, they were coming up with New Day. They were supposed to be faces and doing some type of reverend type deal.
Right.
But it backfired, and now they're the most entertaining thing in WWE.
Yeah, they're the most over.
Right. They're most over, and they're getting a lot of TV time. So that's good. I'm very happy. It was time to see Kofi in a different light. Other than that, I see like Kamala type gimmicks. I've seen a lot of these savage gimmicks. You know, black people, we're not animals and all that. You know, we can read, we can write. Well, at least most of us. But other than that, when people say The Rock was, Rock, Samoan and black, But a lot of people look more at his Samoan side than black.
Yeah, of course. And of course they're going to.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to promote the Samoan side of The Rock because that's the side that's more, more prevalent in the wrestling world.
Yeah, the Samoan dynasty. So. But
the joke we say The Rock hasn't been black. Yeah. It's a joke we tend to say on the show. The Rock hasn't embraced his blackness since WrestleMania. What was it, 13? WrestleMania 11?
Yeah.
No, WrestleMania 12. No, WrestleMania 12. Yeah.
Yeah,
when
like that.
His dad came out.
No,
Rocky Johnson came out.
That was WrestleMania 13 when he took
13,
on his
yeah.
cousin.
Yeah, 13.
He took on his cousin. Rikishi was the
the Sultan.
The Sultan. So basically, it was family versus family right there.
And the funny thing is that around that time, a lot of fans, it was before the internet and all, they didn't know who Rocky Johnson was. They thought he was some random fan. They're gonna, who's this guy helping out The Rock? This was before the internet and Google and everything. So, but
I
joke.
already knew because when I came in the business like late 1995, so me being around a lot of the vets in the business, they tell me this stuff, so I just listen. And they had wrestling hotlines back then that give you the scoop. So
1-900. Yep.
Yeah, but we had local wrestling hotlines like 438 numbers here in Michigan where we would call and get the scoops if you wanted to know the spoilers before stuff aired on TV.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
back then. But I liked it back then. It was fun, but I prefer not to know what's going to happen. I want to be,
of course,
in surprise and shocked as well.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, G, we're gonna bring in our correspondent, Toph. You there?
Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
What's going on, man? You live with Niggataker. Good. You had a question?
Yeah, my question was, what was your reaction to the initial poster? I have a friend in the business that posted the poster that had you on it, and I shared it on different pages, and I had to assure many people that saw the picture that it was legitimate, because you always see, there's Botchmania and there's the different, wrestling meme-related Facebook and social media pages that like to post funny pictures, and sometimes a lot of people in the business say that they're going to do something, but the realization doesn't really sink in until, they see themselves on a poster. So it's like, wow. So, did you ever see the poster with the name on it, and, how did you react? Did you think that fans were going to take you seriously, or, what was your reaction when you saw the poster, if you did see it?
Well, my reaction was, when I saw it, I was in shock that they actually went through with it, because I'd rather for it to be a surprise. Don't put me on the flyer or anything with my name. Just let them come to the show and be surprised to see the character. But now when people expect it, they're not going to really take it as serious. But me, I really don't care if they don't take it serious or not. It's all it's all a gimmick. It's a parody, and a lot of people love parodies. So yes, I was in shock that they went along with it, but I was a big hit in Cleveland Wrestling Alliance when I made my debut there.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I'm a fan of your work, and you have a fan in us and Other Than Mat Radio. I hope it works out for you. And to any fans out there that think this isn't going to work, man, all I got to say is John Cena was a wigger, dude. A lot of you young folks may not know this, but, John Cena was like one of the last relevant social characters that WWE ever did in the mid-2000s or early 2000s. You look at like what was going on back then. You had movies like You Got Served, 8 Mile with Eminem, Yo Mama on MTV, Freestyle Friday on BET. I mean, hip-hop culture was in back then. Everybody was wearing FUBU and jerseys and stuff. And John Cena was just some white dude from Massachusetts that came out every week pretending to be a black guy. They got him over. And I don't see anyone laughing at that. Stone Cold E.T., he was an internet phenomenon, just some guy pretending to be Stone Cold wearing an E.T. mask. It was hilarious. You know, so I think a lot of people are just coming to false conclusions about this gimmick, saying it's offensive or whatever. I just feel like if you put the N-word in front of it, it just subconsciously makes you feel like it's insulting. But if you actually, like, analyze what the person is really doing, it makes sense. But, you know, John Cena, he basically got over being black. That's what he did. He got over using hip-hop culture. And it worked. Yep. To me, that's proof that a black man can be WWE champion, not just in WWE, but that's proof that a black man can be a draw in any sport. But he was a white guy doing it, you know. You don't see any black dudes pretending to be white, but you see white dudes pretending to be black. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic. I just wanted to wish you best of luck in your gimmick.
Thank you very much, and you made some good points with that. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
Go, Sultan.
Right, this is a good question. Would you go to Hood Slam and use your character there?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, because there's a lot of interesting characters there, and you would fit in well. You will really fit in well with that.
And me, I would love to do that. I'm open for opportunities. I'm very humble in anybody's locker room. I'm well-liked. People can say, they can say whatever they want, but once you sit down with me and get to know me personally, you'll see I'm cool, I'm laid back, I'm silly. You know, everybody that knows me will tell you a story about the outrageous things I've done in the business, in my personal life. So get to know me, you know. Look me up. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, AU the Boss.
What's up?
So what is next for Niggataker? Where do you see, what is your next goal for the character?
Well, it's, you know, try to build it up, you know, and go from there, you know. Build up. I'm in the gym constantly. That's about it. Any promoters that you know want to use my character or bring me in, I'm multi-talented. Out of all the things I do in the pro wrestling business, my voice is probably the strongest. I wouldn't say I am the greatest wrestler and all that. I am entertaining. So, and that's what it's about. You got to entertain. And I'm all about money. Everybody else, they can talk all they want. As long as I'm making money, as long as I'm happy, as long as my family is happy, I'm happy. If I'm making money doing this.
That is true. Who would you like to wrestle against as a Niggataker? As far as, like, if you could go back in time and you look at all of the legendary black wrestlers, the Junkyard Dogs, the Coco Bewares, the Thunderbolt Pattersons, who would you have loved to, air quote, take the soul from if you had a choice?
Well, JYD, Junkyard Dog, he was real easy in the ring. You know, who else? Kamala, real easy to work with. Not from the old school era. Maybe the Kamala from 1992, where he didn't know how to pin people. So basically, you might as well say the Black Undertaker versus Kamala. That's what people will look at it as. So, but the Niggataker will take the soul of the African giant, or should I say, what do they call him? The Ugandan giant Kamala.
What about Brickhouse Brown and Thunderbolt Patterson and Booker T, Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, Teddy Long?
That'll be good. You know, Booker T will probably give me a run for my money. Give me the guy more laid back guys. I don't think I'll be able to keep up with Booker T and all that. I'll just go in there, choke slam him, tombstone him, and that's it.
So you don't want no athletics. You want the ground and pound and roll slow, lethargic.
That's right. You can beat my ass like a jobber, and I will no sell it like a dead man, and go from there.
Okay, you speak of big giants, African Americans. What about the great late Ernie the Cat Ladd?
That would be easy. Ernie Ladd didn't really do much in the ring. It depends on who Ernie Ladd will take on in the ring. So there's different type of styles in the ring. Like when you look at when Undertaker took on somebody like Great Khali or Giant Gonzalez.
Oh God!
Giant Gonzalez, they didn't do much in the ring. Undertaker was the more athletic one going against them. Undertaker made them guys look good. Like me, if you put me in there with some guys in the Michigan Indies that's faster than me, I'm sure they will make me look good. That's about it. It's all about making it can be vice versa. You can make me look good, I make you look good, have a good match, get paid. As long as the fans is happy, I'm happy. There you have it.
So you heard it. Anybody out there, any indie wrestler out there that's black, African American, whatever you want to call it, that got a more slow lethargic style, take on the Niggataker. Now, what are your thoughts of legendary black shows? We get a couple of fan questions, the Boondocks and Living Color, even the Cleveland show. You know, what are your thoughts on all of those shows?
Them shows are funny. They are funny. I was never a fan of what was the other shows you said? You said
the Cleveland show?
Yes, the Cleveland show. The Cleveland show was okay, but I like the Cleveland better on Family Guy. And I think a lot of people like Cleveland Brown better on Family Guy instead of him having his own show. You know, if you had the Uncle Ruckus show, like a spinoff of the Boondocks, well, a lot of people will like it. Again, a lot of people will like him just being on the Boondocks instead of him having his own show. But you would not know unless you take a risk and try it and see what happens.
I agree. What about your thoughts? Getting some more questions. The PJs.
The PJs. Now, the PJs was classic.
And would you know that
Eddie Murphy's voice, and he was like the executive producer of the show. Good stuff.
Now, the NAACP was the reasoning for the cancellation of the PJs. How do you feel about
Really?
that?
I did not know that until you just said it. What did the NAACP say?
Well, from what we were told, you know, back in the day, when we were told, a lot of people, parents in black culture, not parents and whatever, and viewers wasn't happy of how we were depicted on TV and how we was being represented. Because remember, the PJs was randomly. Remember, the PJs was on it, and it just randomly just stopped.
Yeah.
So
And they had some good stuff, but it didn't have a good following behind it. It depends on what America likes. Now, if Tyler Perry had something to do with it, all the blacks would be liking the PJs.
yeah, so like I said,
I'm
Tyler Perry.
pretty sure that you have some of your family members. I'm sure they own several copies of Medea Goes to Jail and Meet the Black People or whatever Tyler Perry has. I know a few people that has that. About us being black, we know a few people that have some Tyler Perry type stuff.
Well, just imagine it. If Tyler Perry had a claymation show, cause you know what's bound to happen. You already know what's going to happen soon. Because could you imagine it? So team, help me out here. If Tyler Perry came out with a slow motion, with a stop motion show like the PJs, or even like a robot chicken, how do you think that would go over?
Man, Tyler Perry is part of the Illuminati. We need to take him out before he runs for president. That's all I got to say about him.
So Tyler Perry is part of the Illuminati?
All Tyler Perry is like big, buff, oily black man that is all washed up, or he'll get all the old washed up singers and he'll try to bring them back onto the scene because they don't have nothing else that's better to do.
Yeah, man. I don't particularly care for Tyler Perry. All his movies are the same formula, same type of characters, angry black woman, really bitter, dark-skinned black guy, and the hero is always some light-skinned dude, subliminal messages, and Medea's going to jail. Like, literally all his movies are the same. I don't care for
church theme.
Tyler Perry.
In every Tyler Perry movie, you gotta have the ending theme for church. They always go to church at the end of his movies.
Yeah, man, that's the future DLC right there. Do Tyler Perry versus Spike Lee. They both have their cons.
Or either have the Niggataker come up to one of Tyler Perry's plays and give Medea a tombstone.
That'll work.
And that will end it. We'll call it Medea. Well, Tyler Perry presents Medea in the tombstone.
Medea in the tombstone. So do you feel? So you're saying you could pick up Tyler Perry's Medea in Tombstone, her/him?
Yeah, why not?
So what about Brown? Are you a fan of
fake titties and all? Fake titties and all.
Yeah. Shout out to Boondocks for their what was that My Dukes episode that they did, that BET threatened to not show. That Tyler Perry got mad when he said said Tyler Perry was gay. Remember that episode?
Yeah, that's what they did, and they banned that. If you have Netflix and you watch the Boondocks, they do not show that episode, or they do not show the Uncle Ruckus reality show.
Yeah, man, we need to get rid of BET too, man. We need to get rid of them. BET hasn't been black since 50 Cent was relevant, but that's another story, so.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts on BET, Niggataker?
BET is a joke.
Yep.
Back in the 90s, yeah, I liked it, but it's a joke. If you watch the Uncle Ruckus reality show and how they portray how BET is on there, that's how it is in real life. Black, evil television, where they want to despise their audience, especially if they're black.
Thank you for the ideas, Niggataker. That's another DLC we can do, Tech. The Rise and Fall of BET.
Yeah, we can do that. Rise and Fall of BET.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, we might need like a part 1 and a part 2 for that, because I don't think I can cover all that in just 2 hours.
Yeah, probably need like a whole series on that.
Yeah.
Now, with that, of course, too, the segue from Niggataker, let's talk about you, Michael. What do you do personally? What separates Michael McMahon from Soul Taker, Niggataker, Psycho Taker?
Well, Michael Antoine McMahon is supposed to be something like the illegitimate son of Vincent Kennedy McMahon that was created years ago before WWE came up with the idea of having Hornswoggle being the illegitimate son. I send in videos and I send in ideas to the WWE a long time ago. They must have saw it. They must have liked it, but they had the wrong guy playing them. So that was the last minute idea. They came up with that idea after the Chris Benoit incident back in, I think it was 2007 or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they came up with that, and me, I would play like if I was an evil promoter going to all the indies, and I'm trying to take over all the indie promotions that I encounter. And I would do the Michael Antoine McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. You can see that on YouTube. I did with Tracy Smothers. You know, I called Tracy Smothers by the name that the WWE gave him, Freddie Joe Floyd. And I told him that the real I told him that the real ECW came on the Sci-Fi Network, and the original ECW was a joke. And I called him a jobber and everything to his face. You can find that on YouTube as well. But other than that, I go to different promotions. Yeah, I go to different promotions and I take over. Then it has to be a storyline for me to get in the ring, because I will come and try to run things, but I will be racist. I will be something like Uncle Tom. I will come out with a Confederate flag. And if I see black audience in the crowd, should I say, I would say, watch your wallet. He might rob you if he's sitting next to a white person. And the white guy would look at the black man next to him. It'd be so hilarious. So, and I made news stories. I made the front page of the Detroit Free Press being controversial, you know, where civil rights leaders will march and call me Uncle Tom, sellout, traitor. And I looked at them while they was booing me at meetings. I looked at them if they were wrestling fans. So I didn't mind that, because, you know, pro wrestlers are the best talkers in the world. And we can really get people heated, especially when we cut our promos.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I do agree. Speaking of your boy Virgil literally just tweeted, somebody just sent me, this Christmas, give the gift that keeps on giving. Give fuck money.
I thought you were about to say watermelon. I thought he was about to tweet that. Get watermelon. # get watermelon.
Get watermelon. You know what we're going to do? What we're going to do is our correspondent is going to probably tweet Virgil.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And we're going to # get watermelon. And we're going to see exactly what he says.
Well, I don't know. Tweet him. Man, I get fuck money. Nah, nigga, you get watermelon.
Well, would you say watermelon is too high class for Virgil? Would you not say maybe a lesser snack?
What's a lesser snack? That nigga Virgil can fuck some chitlins up. Now, I know he can't wait for the holidays. Virgil loves any part of the pig, ass and all.
Oh, wow. That boy be at Olive Garden every damn time you see him. I'm like, yo, did he go anywhere else? I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. The nigga is probably in Walmart setting up a merchandise booth right now somewhere.
Oh my goodness, trying to overcharge people and stuff.
Okay, another same question for you. This is from Jose from California. From you, Mr. Niggataker. Yes, he called you Mr. Niggataker. What are your favorite soul foods?
What are my favorite soul food?
Yes.
Hey, just I'm more of a fan of the desserts part. So banana pudding, peach cobbler.
Banana pudding and peach cobbler.
Yep, I eat healthy, no matter what.
You eat healthy. So you mean to tell me, Niggataker, you don't eat no soul food?
Yeah, I eat soul food. I don't munch down on it like that. I eat your traditional greens and macaroni and cheese and all of that, you know. But I don't pin down. If you see some of my pictures, you see that I'm in tremendous shape. So.
Hey, since you guys were talking about soul food, shout out to the Boondocks for burying soul food in that one scene.
I remember that.
What are your thoughts on soul food, the movie?
My thoughts of it?
Yes.
A black family getting together every Sunday for a meal, and then most of them get diabetes and all that, high blood pressure because of it. then the grandmother died, and the following week they start eating the same shit that killed her.
They're making a sequel. They're making a sequel.
Lesson at all.
Is that how that went? Is that how it went?
Yeah. I'm more of a best man guy myself. Soul food, not so much.
I'm more into horror movies. That's my thing.
Yeah, okay. Man. Everyone's talking about Rush Hour 3, Last Friday, Soul Food 2. Man, I'm just waiting for The Wood 2. Can we get a Wood 2?
Yeah,
is that too much to ask?
We're going to see The Wood 2. When are we going to see The Wood 2?
Yeah. The Wood or Rosewood?
The Wood or Rosewood, huh? Maybe Armistead, too.
Yeah.
Or they remake everything. They might decide to remake Color Purple.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, Tyler Perry. Oh, boy.
Wait, you say Tyler Perry directed a remake of Color Purple?
Oh, God, no.
Everybody deserves to
What is he going to play, Sophia?
He can play Sophia.
No, man. Don't do that, because you know he's going to somehow, some way, Nicki Minaj is going to be in the movie, and I'm just going to, blow up something, so. No.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. Yeah. You never know. These kind of stuff. I think Hollywood has ran out of ideas, so that's why we're seeing a lot of these remakes. Some of them are good remakes of the classics. I saw the remake of RoboCop. Terrible.
Yeah, I saw that.
I like the original. I like the original RoboCop. You know, with how he got killed, and they blew his hand off, and all the thugs just start shooting him. And it was the dad who played on that '70s show. He was the main villain in that. Clarence Boddicker.
Yes. Well, I saw we saw the remake of RoboCop. I thought it was okay. Nothing is like the original.
No.
True question is, but they're remaking Point Break. That's coming out, and they're also in the works of remaking Scarface, which I hope people realize that the Al Pacino Scarface is a remake too, which a lot of people tend to forget. But they're remaking the remake of Scarface.
Good luck to him. You never know. It probably will explain more on how he became that particular character. But it depends on who's directing it and if they have the right idea, it could be a very good movie. You know, when I look at the Spider-Man movies that came out in the early 2000s and stuff, they were pretty good movies. Then they remade it when they called it The Amazing Spider-Man. It's gotten better. It got better. Like they remade the Fantastic Four.
Well, here's a direct quote from Al Pacino on the Scarface remake, fan to send in. Al Pacino said, and I quote, "It's part of what we do. We remake things. I may remake a movie I saw recently. I can't say what it is. It's about 50 years old."
Yeah.
So, the man himself said it. So.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the Spider-Man movies. Now I know Toph. I know that's a future episode we're going to do called Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought that movie was
Amazing Spider-Man.
I thought that movie was garbage.
And I know Toph, you hate the Amazing Spider-Man series, and Niggataker, you like it. So could we say Niggataker, you going to take the soul of Toph? Because he disagreed with you?
Hey, it is what it is.
Go ahead, Toph. Say your quick spill on Amazing Spider-Man and see if Niggataker takes your soul.
Look,
my main beef with the movie is not to get too off topic, but it just shows you how much has changed in different eras and stuff. See, Peter Parker is like what the way Tobey Maguire portrayed him and the Sam Raimi movies. That's like the epitome of like what a geek is. He's very shy. He keeps to himself. He's invisible. He's like a fly on the wall. He had like one or two friends. The girl he liked didn't pay attention to him. That's what a geek was in the 70s. That's what a geek was in the 80s. That's what a geek was in the 90s. His stature was very small. He wasn't confident. He kept to himself. He was shy. That's what a geek is. Peter Parker is a regular, everyday dude that you don't pay attention to. When you go to the mall, when you go to a store, when you go to Walmart, and there's just some random guy, you don't pay attention to him. That's who Peter Parker is. Andrew Garfield was a pretty boy. He has nice hair, and he has a skateboard, and he's listening to music, and the girl pays attention to him. You're not supposed to get paid attention to if you're Peter Parker. You're a geek. When you look at Andrew Garfield, he looks like one of those dudes you see when you go to those nice tuck stores, those little posters, the guys wearing the suits. That's what he looks like. He doesn't look like a geek. But then again, that's what a geek is now, though. It's a hipster. See, being a nerd in the 80s and the 90s, that was a bad thing. You were made fun of. But now, like when you play PlayStation, Xbox, and when you watch anime, now you're considered cool. Times have changed. So now I realize that Andrew Garfield's portrayal is just what a present-day geek is supposed to be. But that's a disconnect for me because Peter Parker is not supposed to be noticed. He's supposed to be a fly on the wall. And so I didn't agree with Andrew Garfield's portrayal of the movie. I also didn't like the treatment of Aunt May. Peter Parker didn't have a mom or a dad, and his uncle was killed. All he had was Aunt May. And in the original movies, Aunt May had an important role. Aunt May to Peter Parker is Alfred to Bruce Wayne. Aunt May gives Peter those speeches. In the Amazing Spider-Man movie, Aunt May was just there. She contributed absolutely nothing at all. She was like an extra. The only positive I'll give the Amazing Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy. At least she was useful. She didn't get kidnapped. She put work in. That's it.
Niggataker, do you agree? Or you gonna take a soul?
He just cut a promo on Spider-Man.
Yeah, he did.
I liked it. You know, everybody has their different styles. I like the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man, and you hit it right on point. If you watch the Spider-Man cartoon that came out in the 90s, it was almost based just like that.
Yeah, I actually was a big fan of that too. So you know, Actually,
I thought
Fox
Jamie Foxx did a good job, though, in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I thought he did a great job, even though he didn't get that much TV time. He did what he could with the role.
Right. Well,
and
it seemed like DC is trying to catch up. They need to catch up with Marvel, because Marvel is releasing all these movies and everything, and the Batman versus Superman is probably going to be the biggest hit for DC Comics when it comes out next year.
You know, it's funny because I know you're a fan of the show, and listen, we just did a show last week called Batman versus the World, and we just discussed that about DC Comics against Marvel. It was one of the topics, and Marvel, of course, is kicking DC's butt in the movies, but on TV, DC got it pretty much on lock.
Oh yeah, with Gotham, I love Gotham. I love everything about it. It's dark. Now, Supergirl is not as dark as Gotham, but I will watch Gotham over Raw anytime.
Well, are you a big fan? Are you looking forward to Civil War coming up?
Nah, not really. But I'll check it out, though.
You're not a fan of Iron Man or the Captain America? Is it too many people?
I love those shows, but I'm more of a DC guy.
I agree. I like Marvel, but I grew up more with DC. I'm not a Superman fan. Batman was always enjoyed him. Aquaman doesn't get enough credit, and Wonder Woman's okay.
I'm more of a DC guy, too. The only franchises I really was into from Marvel was X-Men and Spider-Man, mainly X-Men. I'm a big X-Men fan, because X-Men is really just a play on racism, just replace it with mutants. That's really what it is. Magneto is Malcolm X, Professor Xavier is MLK. I mean, am I alone? Does anyone else kind of get that vibe?
Yeah, I agree with that. So if Professor X is MLK, what does that make Bishop?
I didn't think that far.
You're a fan of Bishop, Niggataker, and one black guy that was in the cartoon and he had blue hair?
Say that again? I lost connection.
I said, you're a fan of Bishop in the X-Men cartoon series, the one black guy that was in the series that had blue hair? Had the Jerry curl?
No. Never a fan of his.
Actually, I'm wrong. Didn't one episode they had Forge in? Wasn't he the leader of the X-Force or whatever it was? He had a thing for Storm. Wasn't he in one episode, too? I think he was in one.
I have no idea.
I think so.
I have to be... You got to refresh my mind on that.
Yeah, they were the only two people, the only two souls you could take for X-Men. Wait, with that, we cover TV, we cover movies, we cover food with you. What about music? Fans ask us now, what kind of music do you like? Are you stereotypical? Do you like rap, hip-hop, R&B, or do you like country? Do you like rock? Or are you all around?
Well, I always say any music past 1999 to me is all garbage. Growing up listening to Run DMC, Fat Boys, MC Hammer, Kid and Play, did I say Tupac, Biggie Small, Big Pun, Heavy D and the Boys, Boys to Men, Bab Div DeVoe. That's the stuff I listen to. Anything else, garbage.
Not a Drake fan?
What? A Drake fan? Crybaby Drake. Now, that's one
Crybaby Drake.
Crybaby Drake. That's what he is. He cries and cries. The only thing that's happened to him is he got Serena Williams. That's the only.
How do you think he pulled it off? How do you think Crybaby Drake?
How do you think he pulled it off? And the nigga is working out now because he's with her.
So you gonna get a muscular Drake now since he was Serena?
Yeah, he's about to ask Dr. Dre how did he get big, and Drake is probably gonna come out next year all buff. You know, he's gonna do all the same stuff that Kanye did to Kim to Serena.
But that's the question right there. Is how the hell did Busta and Dr. Dre get so buff that quick? So do you think Drake is gonna?
Well, they bought the shit from Carrot Top.
Yeah, true. Yeah, forgot Carrot Top is buff as hell now too.
Yeah, I know.
Busta can't even put his arms down all the way.
If you don't laugh at Carrot Top's jokes, he will probably beat your ass. He's so buff.
So we get some more fan questions. One, your thoughts, Niggataker, on Tamar Braxton, and two, your thoughts on the Steve Harvey botch on Sunday.
Well, Steve Harvey said the Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Is that true?
Okay. What about Tamar Braxton?
Tamar Braxton. That's the older sister. Tamar. Or
yes.
I don't know. She Tony is the prettiest out of all of them.
Yeah. Big fan of Tony Braxton, I'm sure.
Old school Tony Braxton, yeah, with the short hair. Yeah.
Yes. You don't like with the long hair?
Nah.
I recommend we get Steve Harvey to host the Oscars. I think that's the only way Leonardo DiCaprio can win one. So
get Steve Harvey to host the Oscars so Leonardo DiCaprio can win one.
Oh wow. Well, he's gonna bring Family Feud to the Oscars, huh?
Man, everybody keeps talking about how John Cena needs to turn heel. I'm waiting for Leo to turn heel. That's like the best actor ever, still no Oscar. It's messed up.
Well, I will say just so my wifey Babe Mel that Steve Harvey has already been hired and is confirmed to host Miss Universe next year.
Mm.
So
I thought Brian Williams was going to do that.
Brian Williams
from NBC. Yeah.
Right. So, well, what about Brian Gumble? What happened to him?
I don't know. He cooks for Paula Dean.
Who cooks for Paula Dean?
Brian Gumble.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good. You think that's not PR move?
Yep. And they all work for Donald Sterling as well.
Brian Gumble cooks for Paula Dean. What are your thoughts on Paula Dean and Emerald and all these other famous celebrities and
Paula Dean?
Yeah, Paula Dean.
When Paula Dean was drunk, when she was and she was cooking, and they were making jokes, and they saw Virgil on TV, and Paula Dean's cousin's like, "Look at that! Look at this monkey on TV." And she's like, "What monkey?" "Oh, that monkey!" And they just started laughing and drinking, and they were talking about Virgil, the real Virgil. You know, fuck money Virgil, that Virgil.
Okay. And of course, fans are asking us now, thoughts on Hogan, brother Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan? Well, all them comments that Hulk Hogan made that got him fired from WWE, he did not mean it to all African Americans. He meant that to Virgil.
Hogan probably didn't mean it to Virgil.
Yeah, he was talking about Virgil. So I can't wait till TMZ breaks the news and say, yeah, those comments that Hulk Hogan made was to the former bodyguard Virgil. If you think about it, I don't know how y'all do the broadcast, but put a side-by-side picture of a chimp and Virgil, and how can you tell the difference? As Virgil got older, he started to look more like a chimp or a monkey.
He's a fuckboy. That's what he is.
If I was on the subway in New York and I seen him, I'm like, who let this monkey down here? King Kong's son is in the subway selling merchandise that he printed off the computer.
Yeah. Definitely is tough. Maybe we can help Virgil out, nigga. Take his soul, and then so we don't hear no more from him.
Help him out.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'd rather help ISIS out before I help Virgil.
Before we end it, go ahead, Sartina, end it off with the last question.
Be honest with you, Niggataker. Virgil is a fuckboy. He was always a fucker and always will be a fuckboy. But my last question to you is, what could you change in the wrestling world? Do you think anything needs to be changed in the wrestling world now?
Yeah, a lot of things should be changed. I think WWE should hire a lot of local indie guys, bring back jobber matches. You know, so a lot of these indie guys get some type of TV exposure. You know, stop having, since WWE owns, has a network, they can do shows like that. And just bring a camera. They can bring a camera crew like how they used to do when you see these unseen matches from Madison Square Garden. If you look on YouTube, you see a lot of matches that was never aired on TV, on syndication and everything. And you'd be amazed of some of the matches. Did you know they had, I think it was Mr. Fuji and the Powers of Pain versus Barbarian and Haku. And Bobby the Brain Heenan was like the commentator, and he was feuding with Mr. Fuji back in 91. You see unusual stuff like that, and Mr. Fuji threw some salt in Bobby the Brain Heenan's face, and while Bobby Heenan was commentating with Monsoon, and he called Mr. Fuji an egg roll after he got hit in the face with that salt.
Oh yeah.
I like jobber matches. If you watch a lot of those jobber matches, a lot of those guys became stars. Like years later.
Yeah, they did.
Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah, just get your ass beat by the superstar. Because if you watch WWF Superstars, it came on for an hour. They will fit in a lot of matches in those hours.
Yeah.
Have time for the event center. Have time to talk about the upcoming pay-per-view. Interview segments. And still have a feature match. They say this week you'll see Razor Ramon take on
Barry Horowitz
or Rick Martel or somebody back in 93 or something. You will see that, and you used to see jobber matches in the earlier days of Monday Night Raw, and you only see one big name superstar versus superstar match.
Yeah, that was in the main event.
Yeah, and that was the main event, and it made people look forward to the main event. But now, in this day and era, You're not going to get that because WWE needs to go back to the ruthless aggression era, the attitude era. They can get away with this stuff because they own the network. If people go back and look at the history of the WWE, you paying $9.99 a month, and you go back and look at the history, you see guys, you see like the Godfather calling the women hoes. You see all type of controversial stuff. Brian Pillman with the gun and all that. Times has changed. They can do that stuff. So with 2016 coming up, and if the ratings are low, why not have John Cena turn heel 20 years later after the NWO was born back in 1996?
I don't get it, man. I don't. So WWE's PG, but Nikki Bella comes out there dressed up like Skin Diamond.
Right.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah, and they don't even. They used to do the Playboy centerfold. They don't even do that no more. And all the kids, they know. They watch Family Guy. They watch all these shows on TV. They see how edgy it is. You see all the porno stuff, pornographic stuff on Facebook. I'm sure they've seen that. So WWE, they probably worrying about their sponsors. They don't want to lose their sponsors. John Cena, is the modern day Hulk Hogan. He sells merchandise. But it's going to be time for a change.
Well, I definitely.
So my final thought is bring back jobber matches.
You know what? I'm trying to think, guys. Who do we have? We just had somebody on the show. I don't know if it was Dr. Tom Pritchard or somebody recently that just said the same thing you said, was bringing back jobber matches and taking things back to how they used to be to help build up new stars. Because desperately WWE needs that, with Cena not coming back to see with Cena being gone doing TV, and Rollins hurt, Cesaro hurt, and Randy Orton's hurt, and Sting got to get neck surgery, and Brock being on part-time. It's like a lot of their money makers are out. The Rock doing movies, so he's not going to be at WrestleMania. So you clearly see WWE suffering in that department. Like you said, it's all about gimmicks and selling merchandise, and a lot of WWE's top merchandise guys on the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Roman Reigns do sell merch, but not as much as Brock, Sting, Cena, even Rollins and some of the other ones were. Even up to the Dudley Boys and, well, of course, New Day. The New Day is a little different. They're a tag team.
Yeah, but when 2016 come in, we'll see how things go. I haven't been watching much of the product because since the network is out, I don't rush to watch it. If I'm sitting at home, if it's on, I'll watch it. If it's not, or if I miss it, it ain't no big deal.
Well, you definitely do agree with it. We want to say right now we're going to do our plug party. So let us know, the fans know listening now. We'll even archive how to get in touch with you through social media, and let us know your next upcoming events.
All right. Well, you can Facebook The Real Soul Taker. There's a like page for that. I'm on Instagram and Twitter under the letter A, the letter U, then it's THBOSS. It's AU the Boss. Like I said, Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to book me for upcoming events, you can email me at AU, the letter A, the letter U, and it's Mike McMahon at gmail.com. And you can follow me on Facebook as well at Michael Antoine McMahon.
Well, Michael, it's been a pleasure. Thank you much for our time. And hopefully we'd like to bring you back on for a part 2. How's that sound?
Hey, anytime, brother. Anytime.
All right, brother. Thanks much, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem. Everybody, that was Michael Antoine McMahon, better known as the Niggataker, gracing our show, talking about various topics, his career, his controversial character, his starts on TV, movies, music, and whatnot. Topher Saltine, give me your thoughts on our recent interview with him.